Yo, what's up? So in the past, I had done a kind of series. It was only like 3 videos, but it was Asmongold versus Blizzard. Now, this is going to be similar, and I think I might put it into the same playset and just rename the playset. But basically, what I'm going to do now is Bellular helps Blizzard. Because if you don't know, Bellular does a ton of videos on his Clips channel of suggestions for Blizzard and ways that the game could be better. And I agree and disagree with some of the points in here. So we're just going to go through one of his videos and we're going to talk about like what he's talking about, if it's good or bad, or what I think about it, and some other suggestions that I think could make the game better as well. So yeah, let's just go ahead and go through that.
From Pinlawn, who said cross-server guild invites and not cross-connected servers be nice since population is down. Might as well connect the existing active players. Yeah, I think there's a lot of players who want. I mean, there's that in terms of connecting servers. In terms of cross-faction gameplay, yeah, I think there's a lot of people who just want to open up those restrictions.
So right now he got a question from chat suggesting, hey, what about the possibility of just being able to invite anyone from any server rather than having some servers that are connected and others that aren't? And then Bellier brings up the idea of cross-faction gameplay. Now, of course, this is incredibly popular. The idea of cross-faction gameplay is really popular. If you listen to Limit Maximum at all, or I'm sure even some of the Echo players, they talk about this stuff a lot because the idea that you're losing out on players for raiding or that you're unable to do content because you're in the wrong faction feels really bad. It feels really bad that there's almost no high level alliance players. It takes them 90 million years to fill the Hall of Fame. And it sucks because there's a lot of good racials that could be on the alliance side, but because pretty much the best ones are on the horde side, every guild has to roll horde. It just is how it is. So, that being said, the idea of being able to invite somebody from other servers I think is also a really good idea as well. So like you're not forced to only invite people within like your collection of servers. You can actually do it from any server. And I don't know why they can't do that now.
Yeah, I feel like they were perfectly sound in a smaller world. They were perfectly sound in a smaller World of Warcraft that had a lot of people out in the open world a lot of the time, and a World of Warcraft that had a lot more fucking players. Because it feels to me like they blasted up the number of servers to deal with, the peak times that it had. But as players dwindled, they've connected servers, but they haven't closed them, so it still feels like there's a weird divide. And I feel like they need to get rid of a lot of servers.
Yeah, so basically the game got so popular so fast that they had to create more servers to accommodate that number of players. But as the number of players kind of fell down, they never removed the existing servers that were there. So now you have a lot of low to medium filled servers, whereas before it was just a bunch of high filled servers. And then that makes the game feel really dead. And then there's no way of connecting them. So it creates this problem where they created all these servers for peak load, but then that peak is probably never going to be hit again. And now they have too many servers where people pick one and then it's dead, and then it stays dead because there's so many of them and there's not enough people coming into the game or staying in the game to maintain that filled server status.
Combine a lot of servers and kind of go with a fuck it, everyone will be highly populated.
Yeah, I think that's a good
Design
idea.
systems around letting that work and go for it. I think so, maybe. I don't know. It's a difficult one because more players cross server guilds all sounds good. And then you think of what it's like whenever, you know, you're at peak capacity or an expansion launches and everyone's gonna fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
But cross server guilds, well, as long as cross server guilds don't fall into the same trap that cesspool guilds do, because then you just have one guild that is everyone on every server.
Well, you just limit the number of players in a guild, right?
Sorry. Just I got caught there. I got sent. What's her surname? Lindsay Archicaro. Archicaro, who it was at Blizzard and released a four-part tweet that includes it left Blizzard, but includes things like I've been assaulted, I've been harassed, I've been treated differently as a woman, I've been taken advantage of. My tenure became a curse. That's all bright and sunny.
That's not good.
Yeah, ouch. Ugh.
Some might say that's very bad.
Well, hopefully her next job is good and better.
That's
Mhm.
bad,
Oh
obviously.
dear. Okay, Eugene
Blizzard's having a lot of
said,
problems.
I remember in times of Cataclysm, there were lots of bots spamming about gold selling. Now bot whispering, become Boost Raider, full-time job worth $300 to $600 per month.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, so if you're getting whispered about being like a gold seller or something like that, then the demand for gold buying is increasing. More people are purchasing gold. More people are purchasing carries, stuff like that. And if you have more people demanding it, obviously you're going to need more people providing it. So that's why people are getting these whispers, but also because you can purchase the WoW token, that means that it's much harder, I think, for Blizzard. That means that it's much harder for Blizzard to track who is actually buying gold and who's not, and who's buying it from Blizzard and who's buying it from gold sellers. But I don't even think, like, even if you could only buy it from Blizzard, it's still a problem because now people can purchase carries with real money, and so that's a problem. And then also Blizzard having like a set of value for how much that much gold is worth. So like $20 gets you this much gold, and it's gonna vary by server to server. Be it sets a goal for gold sellers. They're always gonna undercut that. So you know that people are always going to buy it for whatever they people are always gonna buy for the lowest price they can get, right? So gold sellers are just gonna undercut Blizzard, and then that's it. Blizzard gets a lot of the money because people are scared of losing their credit card or getting banned, but a lot of people are going to keep funding these gold sellers as seen by the fact that they're hiring. So, yeah, we're in a situation where botting and gold selling is at a really, really critical point.
Because I'm assuming then, if you're playing on, like on what is like income level? Because I mean, $300, $600 a month is obviously not the most. So is that like priced as a side hustle then? Or is
True. I
this,
mean, I don't know how
is the sort of thing
long
you're
it takes
looking at,
for them to grind what
most
they need
countries
to.
where $300 to $600 a month goes a hell of a lot further, and using that as a labor force in an RMT driven, boosting situation.
I mean, if you look at some parts of Eastern Europe, look at some parts of Latin America, $300 to $600 per month probably get you substantially as a full time thing. But I mean, like especially if you're doing it as a, not as a full time thing, as a part time. Also, $300 to $600 a month implies that, I mean, because I kind of know how boosting works. It's not, you don't always have to be there. It's not a 9 to 5. It's a, freelancing. You go, well, I'm available here, here, here,
Mhm.
here. There's a call put out. You go, yeah, I can do that tonight.
Yeah.
You do that night. Get your.
It's like gig work, right? Like you work when you can. Like you're an Uber driver or something. You are a booster when you can boost, stuff like that.
Get your gold in most boosting circles. But I'm sure there's places where they're like, yeah, I'll have some, I'll have some money, some money instead. But I think it's as far as I'm currently aware, the vast majority of boosting that is accepted is done for gold by people, and the fear is the people at the top of those chains, doing the RMT.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the current fear.
Totally. And yeah, we've got our final super that comes from Eugene, who said, solution for the faction imbalance. Single faction. Horde versus Alliance haven't made much sense for a long time. The story is so bipolar. Alliance goes between revenge, forgiveness. Horde goes between being misfits / war crimes.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's because we've never done the faction war properly. Because, it was always like little hot points, or flash points. And then the real faction war was Battle for Azeroth.
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't. In the actual battle for Azeroth is, N'Zoth and the mission table, because the mission table has got the actual Azeroth war bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think just overall the game would be better if it was like cross faction or whatever. Like I don't think there's really not any need anymore for there to be this faction divide, especially since it's pretty much established that the better players are going to go to the Horde. Even if the racials were removed, it would still be that way because everyone's established on the Horde. So just allow people to play with people from the other faction, and you'll have solved a lot of the problems when it comes to the deadness of servers and stuff like that. I think that's probably the biggest issue. I think that would be the easiest way to solve it, and I think Blizzard should just do that.
I suppose. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing. A single faction certainly be a solution, but I don't think that's a solution that would go down very well in terms of marketing. Like, hello, we've
I
got a
guess
new
maybe
faction.
not.
The Horde and the Alliance have shaken hands. Now they're good friends,
Well, yeah.
despite all of
You
the.
don't have to just like market it that way either. You just say like, oh, you can do raids and PvP with people from the other faction. That's it. Easy peasy.
Ideological differences.
Yeah, so Blizzard, this specifically was about Blizzard having this problem of some servers having not enough population for one faction or the other, or just overall. And I honestly think it's seriously just as easy as, hey, if you're doing raid or PvP, you could play with the other faction. Done. That's it. Why it has to be beyond that? I don't know. But also the idea of allowing people to invite friends from other servers, I think would be a great idea too. Like, why does the mythic, like, why do you have to wait to get people from other servers for a raid before the Hall of Fame fills out? It doesn't make any sense at all. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you think having people able to play cross faction is a better idea, or like guild invites from cross server, or the idea that you don't have to wait for Hall of Fame to fill out to invite people from other servers. Just let me know what you think, because at this point, I just think Blizzard has a lot of solutions that people have suggested that I think work, and they just don't want to do them. So that's it for the video. If you enjoyed, please like and consider subscribing, but thank you so much for watching. Peace.